Hey everyone, welcome. It's nice to see so many faces, so many people from all across the country. I see people from the West Coast, the East Coast, the South, as far north as the northernmost point of Maine to all the way to the West Coast. So again, welcome. Thank you all for being here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Gresh. I am a pharmacist of many years. I owned a community pharmacy for many years, and I'm going to share a little bit about my journey tonight and what I've learned in the area of health. So I'm going to share my screen here. So let's talk about health. In pharmacy school, learned zero about nutrition. In fact, I was told that taking vitamins were a waste of money because you're just going to pee it out. And on some level, there's some truth there. However, I have since learned through my journey what the value is of supplementation. So we're gonna talk about today's goals, how to take better care of your body, why quality supplementation is important for optimal health. When we're talking about optimal health, we're not talking about just the bare minimum to get you by. We want you feeling as good as you can be because your body is talking, and the question is, are you listening? So, our mission tonight, and my personal mission, is to empower someone with knowledge that they can act on today so that they can feel better tomorrow. And of course, the disclaimer, nothing that I say has been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. We're not here to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or prevent any disease. However, I do believe that the body can do that if you give it what it needs. Again, your body is talking. Are you listening? So tonight really is all about you. If there was one thing you could change about your health today, I want you to think about that. What would it be? Are you feeling as vibrant, as full of energy, and as mentally sharp as you'd like to? How's your sleep? How's your stress level? Is your digestive system functioning properly? Are you lean and strong? Do you wake up in pain every day? How is your weight? How is your blood sugar? Blood sugar issues are huge today. When I first became a pharmacist, it was very rare to come across a diabetic, and usually they were type 1. We had patients that were diabetics, it just wasn't common. Today, in the world of pharmacy, it's pretty much every other patient. Are you physically active? How is your immune system? So many people feel out of balance. So I want you to think about this sentence, and I'm going to ask Jackie to complete this sentence for me. My vision of living life in my prime and aging well is.
Well, being healthy as long as I live. I was born in 1948, and I just think life would be great, will be great at 108. Now, whether I'm on earth or in heaven, either one is fine with me. But I just want to be healthy as long as I live. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share again and hear and listen to you, Brian. After taking these products for 30 years, I just feel better than I ever have today. And now you're going to hear why.
Excellent. Age is a number, and we can't control what that number is, but how you age is really up to you. But we have a challenge going on in our society. You see it, so many people, I treated multiple generations in my pharmacy, and I saw how each subsequent generation was sicker than the one before, which amazed me. Well, the latest research really does show why. 90% of all Americans are deficient in essential nutrients. What are essential nutrients? They're the must-have nutrients your body cannot make. You need to get them from external sources, either diet and supplementation. These are the nutrients that your body needs to really function at its best. So why are we all deficient? Well, things have changed. Our sedentary lifestyles, think about back when I grew up, we were kicked out of the house every day. Come back, the dinner bell rang and we had to go back. But it was an active childhood. And today, not that everyone's like this, but it's just not the same as it was. But the biggest change that has happened over the last 40, 50, 60 years is the way our farming is done. Today, big corporate America, you know, they really are using all kinds of chemicals and pesticides. They only replace three major nutrients back into the soil, like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. However, things like zinc, boron, copper, and many other things that our body needs, they're just getting depleted from the soil. So between our lifestyle, between our the way our farming is done, and just the challenges, everyday stress, things have definitely changed. Mineral depletion in soil is huge. Back from the early 1900s, you can see this chart. I don't have to explain it. It's going like that. So, and that goes up to 2006. I don't think it's much better today. But if you eat a tomato today and you can go back in time 50 years ago and eat a tomato, they're going to taste different, unless, of course, you're growing it in your backyard, adding the nutrients that it needs. Today's fruits and vegetables have 59% less nutritious value than just 40 years ago. Medications deplete vitamins and minerals from the body, and most people aren't told this. But think of all the medications we're taking, between the antacids, the antibiotics, the antidepressants, anti-inflammatory, blood pressure, cholesterol. These are all known to deplete the nutrients that we need. So if they're being depleted, you must replace them. The result of all this, the result of the toxic environment and the fact that we're not getting the nutrients in our diet, Time magazine said it best back in 2004, the secret killer linking inflammation to heart attacks, cancer, Alzheimer's, and many, many other diseases. Well, we are having an issue because of our diet and our lifestyle. And now more than ever, people are looking for solutions. Let me ask you a question. This article was from 2004. That's 21 years ago, if I'm doing my math correctly, 22 years ago. Do you think it's better today or worse? It's not. So the question is, are you looking for solutions? Do you want to make a change? I believe that it's never too early or too late to start taking care of your own health, and start today so that you can be as healthy as Jackie is and as positive and optimistic, which is what my goal is. But I do believe, as a pharmacist, that supplementation is no longer a luxury. It is a requirement. They provide the essential vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that we need every day. The benefits are endless. The question is, and if you are taking supplements, the real question is, what are the results that you're getting? Because I made a point of, when I started learning this is kind of where my journey started in the world of nutrition with pharmacy. I was a compounding pharmacist, so I was dealing with delivery systems and hormone replacement and all kinds of stuff. And I was learning more and more about nutrition, but I wasn't seeing results. I was working with professional nutritional lines, but nobody ever came back to me and said, I feel fantastic. What I learned, not all supplements are created equal. We need science-based supplementation, absolutely. And there's a lot of science out there that's not science-based, truly. So it comes down to the fact that what you take is important, but it's more important that you're actually absorbing what you're taking, because good quality ingredients are extremely important, no doubt. Good manufacturing processes and testing, hugely important. But again, if you don't absorb the nutrients, you're flushing your money down the toilet. So this is some x-rays, and if you have any nurses on here, you'll recognize these. These are tablets and capsules, mostly tablets, hard compressed with fillers and binders, traveling through the digestive system, undigestive, and they are referred to as bedpan bullets. What benefit is this patient getting from those tablets? So let's talk about absorption for a minute, because absorption is really what it comes down to. Tablets and capsules, high quality tablets and capsules, you might get 20% of what's on the label of that item delivered into the bloodstream. 20%. That's high quality. Low quality, you might not get anything. So if somebody is in the hospital and they're converted from a tablet medication to an IV medication, they have to cut the dose way, way back. So capsules, chewables, a little bit better, sublingual, a little bit better than that, all the way on up to IV therapy. IV therapy yields 100% of what's on that label should be getting into the bloodstream because it's going directly in there. Well, one step down from that is what I learned about, and that's isotonic nutrition. I had never heard about it, but it delivers 90 to 95% of what's on the label to the area in your intestines where they're going to get absorbed. So increasing absorption, you're going to get better outcomes and less wasted money. What is isotonic? Well, that's what I wanted to know. So somebody had recommended that I try this particular product. It was another pharmacist who also was a clinical nutritionist, and he found out I had horrible, horrible allergies. Nothing in my pharmacy touched my allergies. Nothing. My doctor wanted me to go in for shots. I was already working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. That wasn't going to happen. So I reluctantly tried this product, and I wanted to know why, and I'll talk about the product in a minute. I wanted to know why that product worked when I had already taken all those ingredients previously in tablets and capsule form. Well, it worked because it was in an isotonic delivery system. Isotonic means the same pressure as your bodily fluids. When you drink a fluid that's isotonic, the stomach recognizes it. I mean, a simple word would be pre-digested, but the correct word is the stomach recognizes that it's ready to go. The pyloric valve will start sending it down into the intestines where it's absorbed. If you look at this chart, tablets, capsules, it may take 40 minutes to 4 hours for that to get passed down into the intestines. And you've got all that stomach acid and all that digestion is degrading the nutritional value. That's why you only get so much absorbed. Isotonic nutrients are delivered to the small intestines rapidly with no dilution. So let's talk about the intestines. 90 to 95% with isotonic delivery. Why? This is what the inside of your intestines look like. And you can see all those finger-like structures. That's like, and Alan can relate to this, that's like the coast of Maine. The coast of Maine isn't from south to north, measure it in miles. You have to go around every single island in the peninsula. It greatly increases the amount of surface area that the intestines have for absorption. And when you break a nutrient down into an isotonic form, into the smallest form possible, it can get in there in between those villi for a much, much better absorption. Because the challenge today with all the flour and all the garbage that a lot of people are eating, think of the paste that's going through our intestines and clogging this up. So within 10 to 15 minutes, the isotonic nutrition is delivered for absorption. That's why I started to see results. And this was the product right up front that I was recommended to take. Had never heard of it, really wanted nothing to do with it. But out of just being polite, I listened to the gentleman and I decided, I'll give it a try. If it works, great, but there's no way it's going to work. So this is a line called Isotonics. It's not just one product, it's many products. And I'm just going to highlight a few because I believe there's a baseline where everybody should start a nutritional protocol for their optimal health. But the OPC3 right up front was the one that made a huge difference for me. So how do you take isotonic supplements? Well, they're in powder form. You simply measure out the item with the cap that's under that cup right there. 1 dose cap into a cup, 2 ounces of water, stir it and drink it. It's easy and it tastes good. So one of the things that people often will ask me about, well, Brian, I see there's a little bit of sugar in there. Absolutely. To make a supplement isotonic, you have to have sugar or salt. Which would you prefer? So what's beautiful is the form of sugar that they're using in this isotonic has a relatively low glycemic value. So it doesn't affect your blood sugar like, for example, eating other types of carbs would. Each dose has the equivalent of fructose of about 2 grapes. So if you can eat grapes, you can take this supplement. This is the product that I was introduced to. And again, 3 days, all my allergy symptoms disappeared. It didn't cure me. It simply supported my body in such a way that I no longer suffered. And to this day, I no longer suffer. I've gone off of it a couple of times, learned my lesson the hard way. The last time I went off of it, traveling, forgot it, had my first asthma attack in over 20 years. Have not had that happen. I will never travel without this again. What does this do? Well, I wanted to know why. And I learned about the ingredient pycnogenol. This is the world's exclusive isotonic formulation of pycnogenol. Check out pycnogenol.com. Go to their science page. It lists all the different conditions that this product can support your body with, from cholesterol issues to circulation, cardiovascular health, joint flexibility, visual issues, blood glucose levels, sinus comfort. I've supported people with their issues with migraines, with so many different things. I believe that if you're breathing, you really need to be on this product. To me, it is one of the best blood detoxifiers out there. So I went to one of my favorite books, that I had books on nutrition then, and I looked this up. I'm like, why is this doing what it's doing? And I found out that this particular physician believed that this product, based on science, had very potent anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-carcinogenic, and antihistamine type events. Now that's written in the book. Again, how it does that is it simply supports your body, so your body's not reacting the way that it does. OPC3 is huge. Everybody should be taking a multivitamin. I think most doctors even agree. So what sets this product apart? First of all, it's an isotonic delivery, so you're actually going to get what it says. More importantly, it contains 100% or more of the RDA of essential vitamins and minerals required for optimal health. The RDA is really based on minimums, what the body needs to prevent disease. Science shows that oftentimes that's not what we need optimally. So this product is based on science and has the amounts of these nutrients that your body truly needs, and of the highest quality in the most natural form, so your body can use them. If you take a synthetic vitamin E, not only is it not benefiting you, it's probably detrimental to you. And again, this product is vegetarian, no wheat, no gluten, no dairy, no fillers, no binders, non-GMO. It's just the basic nutrients in a delivery system that's easy to take, and it tastes great. This, again, is somewhere that somebody that's starting a protocol, I would absolutely recommend. The next thing that we need, B vitamins. Why is this product different than other B complexes on the market? Well, other than the fact that it's isotonic, once again, it contains the activated form, the methylated form of B vitamins. Most vitamins, not all, but most vitamins, especially the inexpensive ones that you'll buy at the retail store, contains the inactive form of the B vitamin. Then your body has to create it to the active form. Well, based on genetics, about a third of the population don't have the ability to do that. I had my genetics tested. Now I know why those B vitamins I used to always take previous to this never did a thing. An example of this, if you look at the B vitamins you have at home, and it's not this, see if the vitamin B12 is methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin. Because if it's cyanocobalamin, the body needs to convert it to methylcobalamin, which is where the activity comes from. B vitamins, of course, they support energy production, healthy serotonin levels, great for stress management. The next product that I believe everybody should take is calcium. Our Calcium Plus, again, calcium's one of the hottest vitamins that any pharmacy, any grocery store is going to sell because doctors are recommending it. Well, people will come to my counter when I practiced as a pharmacist, put this big bottle of these big tablets down there and say, "Oh, I hate taking these. I can't swallow them. But my doctor said I need to take 1,500 milligrams." Of course you do, because you're not absorbing it, so you have to take a huge amount just to get what you might need. In the isotonic form, it's hugely bioavailable because it's in that isotonic delivery system, but it also contains the other things that you need. You need vitamin C, you need vitamin D, and you need magnesium. So it supports bone health, heart health, and muscle health. It's ideal for those people that have higher calcium needs, especially due to absorption issues, and it's very easy to swallow. So many people, especially as we age, simply don't have the ability to break down a lot of these products that are on the market. And a lot of calcium products are nothing more than Tums, which raises the pH of your stomach, which decreases your ability to digest. So here's a little testimonial that's actually on the website. I take this formula every day for osteoporosis. My bone density tests have improved, so I will never be without. And that's from Catherine S., who's a verified customer. Well, I can say I put my mother on this product as well as the OPC3. And she had come home from Florida in pain from her arthritis. She said, "You got to give me something. I have a doctor's appointment at the end of the week. I'm in so much pain." She was in tears. I started her on the OPC3. I started her on the calcium. She calls me up a week later and she said, "Thanks a lot, Brian." I said, "What do you mean, thanks a lot?" She said, "It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm cleaning the basement." She felt so good. Moving forward, she also had eventually her diagnosis for osteopenia eliminated. So there you go. Now, this absolutely right here is my favorite product. Why? Everything I just talked about is in this. This is our daily essentials. This is where I love to start people on a nutritional protocol. They come in little packets. You can actually get them in bottles and customize them, but little packets that contain one dose of the OPC3, one dose of the multivitamin, one dose of the activated B complex, and one dose of the calcium plus. They're convenient. They taste great. They're easy to remember to mix up in the morning because that's a big issue. A lot of people simply don't remember to take their vitamins. So you take this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You wait 15 minutes before eating and drinking because in that 15 minutes, that solution is going to be released into your intestines for absorption. Cost is a little over $2.50 a day, and it tastes great. So you can either customize with the 90-day bottles or you can get the packets and have the convenience. I love the packets. One reason I might have somebody customize is if they want iron in their multivitamin, they can swap out this multivitamin for the one with iron because there's no iron in the Daily Essentials packets. Most people don't need iron. So again, if somebody is looking to start a nutritional protocol, or if they're already taking supplements and they're not sure they're seeing results, they're taking this, they're taking that, right here, you're going to eliminate the need for so many other things, and then you can build upon that. So I'm going to jump a little bit. I'm going to talk about hydrogen for a minute because this is something that I learned about within the last year. It's quite the buzz on social media. There's hydrogen water, and Gary Brecka, in conjunction with the company that's behind us, have launched the H2 tablets. These are tablets that you drop in water. You can actually drop them in your daily essentials solution, and they effervesce, they dissolve, and they release hydrogen into that solution. Let it dissolve, you drink it down. Hydrogen is like the smallest molecule, the smallest molecule probably in the universe, and it's incredibly powerful as an antioxidant. The benefits of hydrogen are huge, from increased energy, support recovery, from aging at the cellular level, so many different things. I'm going to share my recent story with the hydrogen tablets because it just really, I heard someone mention this and it's huge. I drop two in a glass of water before I go to bed. Sleep overtakes me. Normally, I like to read before bed. Last night, phew, I was out. So, just saying. So, I don't have the science to back that up. I can only tell you how it affected me. But I showed you that picture of the intestines because that really is where your health starts. You need to make sure your gut is clean. We have some supplements that are hugely beneficial for gut health, and I'm going to talk about aloe and digestive enzymes with probiotics. 70% of your immune system actually starts in your gut. Also, mental health, your neurotransmitters that make you feel good, where do you think they start? They also start in the gut. So if you're having issues, if you're not feeling right up here, you need to take care of your gut. So I'm going to talk briefly about these two products. This is our Ultimate Aloe Juice. I love, 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 love this product. It supports a healthy digestive tract, supports healthy immune system, contains over 200 nutrients. The best part about it, it actually tastes great. If you've ever taken an aloe product, oh, it's disgusting. This is a great tasting. The company behind this is so good at flavoring items without putting junk in there. The other thing that is really important with this product is it goes above and beyond what the aloe console says it needs to have for purity in its in the aloe juice. And it just tastes so good. I have used this product for so many different things, but I'll tell you just a quick story. I was speaking with a woman who wanted advice. Her husband had hundreds of mouth sores in his mouth, and nothing they did, he couldn't, do anything. And so I thought for a minute, and I said, why don't you have him take the aloe juice? She says, nope, nope, nope. He's got most of his intestines are removed. He can't have juice of any kind. I said, oh, why don't you gargle with the aloe juice? Have him gargle. A week later, she came back and she was amazed. All the ulcers were gone. So it's incredible. We know what aloe does topically. It's incredible what it does internally. Digestive enzymes. This is another product that I can't go without. Digestive enzymes help your body do what it's struggling to do, and that's break down the food that you're eating. I take these. It comes in a bottle. It also comes in little on-the-go packs. And if I'm going out to eat, I have them with me. I put them in my water after I eat, drink them, and I can feel I'm not bloated anymore. How many people out there are bloated after they eat today? It's a huge issue. So many people have. And it has the right mix of enzymes, the good bacteria, the probiotics. It supports healthy immune function, supports healthy skin. And, the list goes on and on about what it does because it allows your body to absorb more of the nutrients from the food that we're eating. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is a couple of one new product mainly that we released in our Go Trim line. Our Go Trim line is it's not just about weight loss, but it is about weight loss, but more importantly, it's about lifestyle. Some people want to put on weight, put on lean muscle mass. It really should be called the Go Trim Body Composition System because it's all about your body composition. And we've recently released one product in particular that I'm going to highlight, but it's a complete system based on 4 pillars. It's based on educating you how to eat and what it is that your body needs. Low glycemic impact eating is huge. That science-based supplementation is important. And again, it's all about improving body composition. But the product that we've just released is our Go Trim Thin. It is a GLP-1 precursor. We've all heard of Ozempic, Zepbound, all those other products. This product right here, what those products are doing is they're injecting you with GLP-1. Often your body's not taken too well to it. People are experiencing a lot of issues on those products, and they're quite expensive. But if you can get your body to naturally produce what it should be producing, its own GLP-1, you're going to see the same benefits. And that's what this formulation does. It helps you burn fat, create energy, and maintain a healthy metabolism. I've got people that have actually, Jackie, was this the product you were talking about? Do you want to share real quick?
Oh my goodness, real quick, I was introduced to this product last February when it was released. I said I want to be the best example that it will work. In March I started taking it consistently every day. And at my age, it has not been easy to lose weight. Okay. Hormone imbalance, low metabolism, many things. But I was diligent to take this product daily, every day. And I'm happy to say that I've released 25 pounds and no, 27 as of this morning.
Excellent.
And for me, that's unbelievable. And so I know this product will work for you if you are consistent. And I'd be happy to talk to anybody and answer questions about it.
And the Go Trim system is great. Get with the person that invited you on here to learn more about it and how it can benefit you. So really, your health is an investment. It's not an expense. But if you don't take care of it, it could become an expense. But really invest in your health. You want to age, you want to feel better every year and not less better. And think about, where does $2.50, 57 cents go today? Where are we spending our money already? Why not invest in something that's going to make you feel good? So the question is, your body is talking. Are you listening? Is it time to upgrade your supplements? So I'm just going to talk about why I believe these supplements are so good is the company behind it, marketamericashop.com, really has the science team behind it. So not only are they seeking the products that are working, but they're also making sure the science is right and testing the products to make sure they're up to snuff. The company is not new. It's been around since 1992, A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. In fact, has won the Torch Award for trust, integrity, and customer service multiple times. It is a product brokerage and internet marketing company powered by people with thousands of products, multiple divisions across billion-dollar markets. It's important to know where the supplements that you take are coming from. And for me, when this company releases something, I'm going to deep dive it. I want to make sure it's the right product for me, and this company never disappoints. So if you invited somebody on, make sure that you send them a link to your 1-minute health quiz so they can take a health quiz and it will help identify products that they may benefit from, whatever issues that they have. So really, what is your next step? Well, again, if you're looking to start a program or you want to convert some of what you're taking, look at the daily essentials. Huge place to start. Digestive health, if that's an issue for you, which it is for most people, there you go. The Go Trim lifestyle system, schedule a time to meet with the person who invited you to really learn about it. And if you're somebody that is serious about wellness and you've identified just in listening to some of this information, other people that may benefit from it, consider joining our wellness cause and helping others. Schedule a time to meet again with the person that invited you on to get details. So I know we're going just a couple minutes over. I'm gonna tell two really, really, really quick stories because to me, it's about results. So this is, and sorry for the slides, my friend Dr. John is a podiatrist down in Clearwater, Florida. He had a patient come to him, it was several years ago, who had a 30-year history of psoriasis. Nothing she had done had helped, unresponsive. So he was working with, in particular, the OPC3. He started her on 4 doses, and in 6 weeks, her feet cleared, completely resolved. So big difference in 6 weeks. Again, it's about results. And she was able to maintain just on 2 capsules, 2 doses of that daily. And the second story really hits closer to home for me. This is my Tony. He, at this time, was a 4.5-year-old Yorkie Poodle. He, again, 8 pounds. He had gone to the vet, and I didn't know this, but the vet gave him 4 vaccines at once. 8 pound dog. Within a week, he ended up in the ICU of the vet hospital with immune mediated hemolytic anemia. They said it's 80% fatal. And if the disease doesn't get him, the medications do. So after a week of blood transfusions, they wanted to put him down. 4.5 year old. They wanted to put him down. I said, what'll happen if I take him home? They said he won't last the weekend. This was Saturday. Took him home Friday. He couldn't lift his head. Look, there's no life in his eyes there. So I started him on the OPC3. I knew how it supported my immune system. I mixed it with our aloe to support his digestive system, and I added a greens product that I found online because at the time I didn't have access to a good one, and started giving it to him. Well, Monday morning he was still with us. The vet hospital said, really? Why don't you take him in? We'll take a look at him. They gave him one more blood transfusion, and this was Tuesday. He
Wow.
was 4.5 years old. We just lost him this summer at 17. He
Wow.
lived a good life.
Wow.
So, it really does come down to results. I want to thank everyone for listening tonight and definitely get more information on these products from the person that